Well, hello, and welcome back to another scary episode of Ghost Stories Told from the South. I'm your host, Stephen LeBooth. This is episode 97. It's been a long time. We've told a lot of scary stories. And Stephen LeBooth has more for you today. I got some great scary stuff for you ghouls and girls. So, get ready. Grab you something warm to drink. Cuddle up with a blanket. And get ready for some scary stories. Well, how's everybody doing today, tonight, or whenever you're listening to this? It is 9:41 here, ladies and gents, at night. So I'm recording this before I go to bed, so to be ready for you Wednesday morning, baby. It's been a good week, been kind of creepy. Weird stuff happening here and there. Like I said, I've always thought my house is like little bitty haunted. I mean, it don't mess with me and the kids or nothing, but you'll see stuff out the corner of your eye, or something will be misplaced, or something will be gone, and then you show up, and well, it's like the day we got home from my son's first baseball. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. The baseball game, first baseball game of the season. And, yeah, there's the paper towels sitting right by the chair, right by the leg, just sitting on the floor, right there. Pretty weird, man. They weren't there when we were gone. And the doggos couldn't have done it because they would have tore them up and played with them. And that was another thing that was weird. They weren't tore up or nothing. And shit, you know how dogs are. And I got a cat too. They love to fuck stuff up. So that was weird. Pretty weird. Then my niece, her house, cabinets will open. You'll be sitting in the kitchen talking, and a cabinet door will open up. And then last night, my niece and my daughter were sitting there by the sink talking, and it just turns on by itself. You know, it's like, wow. Been some crazy stuff. But, you know, it's been all right. The weather's been crazy here. Hot, cold, hot, cold. We got tornadoes the other day, and that was creepy. The sky turned black, and the alarms came on. It was kind of weird. It's crazy looking. Pretty spooky, man. So, yeah, but it should get warmer and be a good time to start them bonfires and telling some creepy stories around them. But I hope everybody's having a great week at work, because I'm having a great week at work. I'm having a great week, so... But I just want to say thank you once again to everybody. Like I said, we are consecutively getting over 200 downloads a month. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's 3, sometimes 4, but we always get over 200. About 220, 250, in that range. But I know, and people are like, man, that really ain't that much. And I'm like, well, considering I do this by myself, I do everything, the editing, everything. I pay for everything myself. I don't make any money off of it. I just do it to do it because I love it. And I think it's amazing that I'm just a small guy doing this out of my house, and I'm getting heard around the world. You know, so it's pretty fucking cool. So I want to thank everybody who listens and always, listens to every episode. My diehard fans, I want to say thank you. So it'll be great. But yeah, this is episode 97. Ain't that crazy, guys? Yeah, we'll be hitting episode 100 before you know it. So, but what I'm going to do the regular episode for the 100, but I'm going to do a bonus episode where I'm just going to go pick an episode and take 10 minutes out of this segment and or 15 minutes out of this segment, play it, and then go to another episode and just, do that. See what I pick up. So I think it'll be a fun episode, but if everybody's tired of hearing me ramble, we will get on with some skitty stories. Okay, for our stories this week just this week are going to be haunted places in Ukraine and stuff. So here's just some of the folk legends I picked up, and we'll read on them. Okay, near the village of Zanminka in the Krabivinsky region, there is the Black Forest, and in its forest there is a black lake. To this day, the unknown depth of the lake remains a mystery. All attempts to measure it was unsuccessful because through several layers of peat, which has accumulated at the reservoir or at the bottom of the reservoir for centuries, excuse me. The lake has not only it does not have a bottom to it. Getting to the true bottom has to succeed anyone. Therefore, the Black Lake in its bottomless lake remains a mystery. So basically, what happens? All the soot and everything that washes down from the water and settles. It's so thick down there, no one can get a true reading of how deep the lake is because the bottom's so soft and they just keep sinking farther and farther. So, not telling how deep that natural lake is. So, okay, where was we? According to the local forestry, when the last attempt to measure the depth of the reservoir took place, the cable at 530 millimeters was over in the weight, which was lowered to the bottom, was jerked and torn up by an unknown creature. Oh my God, that's weird. I wonder how deep 500. I should have looked that up, but that's pretty weird. Their equipment got attacked by some creature. Huh? There are no signs of life in the lake. That's weird. Oh, except for frogs, which locals always call earthly or black, because they eat algae from the black bottom. Another phenomenon of the lake is the floating islands. There are small areas of land with grass and trees that swim and constantly change their location. The place is very much liked by tourists coming for the mysteries of the paranormal and stuff. It is so recommended to the visitors during the celebration of the holiday of Ivan Kopla, when all evil concedes there. Oh, okay. When all the evil concedes there. So I guess that's a place where they all go to do their sins, I guess, or wherever. I don't know. All right. The next story is Mountain Lysa, or the Bald Mountain. The Bald Mountain excuse me. The Bald Mountain is a historic area in the Petahursti district of Kiev. Sabbath of witches and werewolves is held on this mountain. Oh. Legend says that the earth is circled by a big snake that eats her own tail. In the place where its head meets the tail is Mount Lysa. There is a reason why Sabbath of witches, demons, and werewolves is held on this mountain. This place is the least favorite among the Kiev's police officers because the biggest amount of suicides, excuse me, and bloody sacrifices and rituals happen there, especially in May. This comes a long way in times This comes a long way in times of Russia, or in the times of the USSR. The reports of suicide attempts showed terrifying numbers, 70 per year in the same place. Oh my fucking god, that is weird. So 70 people in 1 year killed themselves in that same spot. That's messed up as a soup sandwich. Okay. The most weird thing, it was only women. There was no men or children. It was just grown women. That's even weirder, man. This can be explained by the special exam that young witches had to pass, and the task was very simple. If you jump off the cliff and manage to fly, you've passed. If you don't, you die. Wow, that's pretty fucking cut and dry there, isn't it, fellas and ladies? That's like, oh, you claim you're a witch? Okay, well, we're going to push you off this cliff, and if you fly, you're a witch, and if you don't, well, you die. Hey, but at least you won't be a witch. Wouldn't that be messed up? Get accused of being a witch? Well, fly, and you don't, and they die. Oh, I didn't see anything. She fell. We're going to do the ghost of, sorry if I messed its name up too. Podgorski, or Ghost of Petahursti Castle. The castle was built on request of the Crown Hintman Cotton Splanka in the 6th century in the village of Patricia in the Lavie region. Tour guides, when connecting exercises here, love to tell of an interesting legend. When the castle became the property of property of Count of Zavoas. That's weird though. Why does it go property of Count of Zuvas? In an attack of jealousy, he ordered to chain up his wife, Mary, and build her into the wall alive. And since that time, there is no claim of that. They say that the countless ghost of her walks around the castle and cries. Many of the workers of the castle saw a white woman here and therefore began to call her a ghost of the white lady. That's dumb. Call her a ghost of the white lady. Why don't they just call her the white lady ghost? Sometimes the heel is heard, and sometimes there are no candles in the candlesticks. In 2010, the castle was visited by a group of American scientists who spent 3 days here, and with the help of special equipment, found the habitat of a ghost. People say if you hear a woman crying, you are the only one to hear her, and you should get out of there because you were chosen as the next ghost victim of the castle. Wow. So if you ever go in that place and you hear some crying, get the hell out. Okay, we got one more little urban legend story here. This is from the Turkovanev Fort. The most beautiful is in the list of fortresses. Anyways, a list of forts. The Turkana Fort today is completely neglected and it's a bit of a mysterious place. During the third division of Poland was meant to split between the Russian and Austrian empires. Later, when the Soviet Union wanted to store products in the building, it turned out that there was too high humidity and food could not be stored there. All these all this was a failure because of the fact that the place was long been considered a damned place and it is extremely difficult to breathe there. Scientists say that this place is situated right in magnetic fields crossing spots, so it is difficult to stay there for a long time. That's weird. All because it's at the crossroads of the magnets. Due to the high humidity of the walls, the buildings were covered with a greenery, and with time the construction, which did not know the reconstruction, is more and more like a place of Ireland and Ukraine, and attracts hunters from around the sections. Okay, that's weird. Well, that's it for some of the legends and stuff. That was just some little bitty stories I found, little quickies. But now I'm going to break into my other stuff. I got 3 more stories. Some are pretty long, some aren't. But Ukraine is a very interesting place when you start looking back at their history and stuff. All right, our next story. And if I'm butchering these words up, I'm very sorry. Okay, this is the Petahursti Castle. The historical site does not look like any other. For thousands of years, Ukrainians, Russians, and Hungarians, Russians, and Ukrainians, and Austrians, and other nations have shed the blood inside of its powerful fortress. How many roundups and assaults Petahursti Castle has? How many roundups and assaults has Petahursti Castle saw? The owners of its place have been changed a great number of times. Barons and grafs and keys. Oh, barons and grafs, kings and princes have owned the castle before. The castle used to be the castle used to be princess's large dwelling house, a king's residence, the capital of Transylvania, and the center of Hungarians' upsprings against Austrians. The most impressive view is by entering the city from the side of the Baragova town. You may take beautiful photos of this place. It would be very, very interesting for the tourists to hear numerous legends about the Petahursti Castle. One of them is about a well situated by an ancient tower on the territory of the castle. People say evil in construction of the... Oh. Okay. That's kind of weird. Okay, it says people say evil participated in construction of the building. Evil participated. What does she mean by that? Or he, whoever wrote this. What does that mean? evil participated in the construction of the building. By the order of Prince Cardonchi, who was an owner of the castle, howling of a scale was started to find out water. Howling of a scale. Oh, okay. Howling of a scale was started to find out water, but it was unsuccessful. So basically, I guess they was trying to use the old water method. I know down here in Texas, sometimes people, when the bars cross, that's where the water is in there. That's where they drill. That's what they're talking about, but not making it where basic people can understand it, basically. So that's why they said evil was participated in the construction. Because I'm sure back then people thought, oh my God, that's the witch. He can find water. The well was a very useful thing since it was impossible to stand a siege without water. The prince became sad and out of something. Oh, out of spite, said he would give a sack of gold to the one who finds water. Suddenly, a gray man appeared and jumped into the well. Having climbed out, he said the water would be very soon, and he would come for the promised reward. The prince frightened as he realized he was dealing with something bad. A jester came to help and offered the prince to put 2 to 3 coins in the sack as far as coins into the sack as far as a certain number of gold was not mentioned. What are y'all doing? This was the evil. Oh, this is where the evil was devised. Today they say, one, you can hear something grumbling at the bottom of the well. And there are many legends about underground passages on the bottom of the well to take you to both far away out of the city. I'm sorry if I'm stumbling through these words tonight. I'm pretty pooped. I'm trying not to be. God. Where was I? Oh, okay. I forgot to read that. Oh, that's talking about when you come visit. The castle is a mysterious place. You should take an opportunity to walk along the halls and take a guide, listening to the stories about the different miracles of the castle and its ghosts living in the cellars. Or you can go alone and imagine yourself as a member of an ancient count family. Be sure to feel romance of but be sure to feel the romance of the Middle Ages. Okay, what does this got to do with ghost stuff? I should pre-read that stuff a lot before I get on air and do it and sound like a jackass. Well, that's pretty much it for the castle. Okay, dating back to the Middle Ages, a art gallery contains a great... Oh yeah, the great... there's apparently a art gallery. There's an art gallery there, too, that contains a great collection of unique, iconic stuff dating back to the 19th century. Just stuff people has left there through the years of living there and stuff. But they say it's haunted by one of the past owners. That ought to be pretty cool. Okay, well, that's it for the Petahursti Castle. Yeah, next week we'll go back to America. That story kind of sucked ass. I'm sorry about that. That one wasn't very scary. But it made me sound like a jackass reading it. Ah, gotta get my whistle wet. Okay, let's go to the next story. Next story there. Kind of cut myself off there, sorry. This is, and I didn't write this down, did I? Oh. Okay, cool. This is Loisahora, situated near the confluence of the Dnipro and Lembid rivers in the Haslif municipal district of Kiev, is the large wooden well known as Loisahora. The hill's name translates to barren or bald hill. Excuse me. God dang. Or a bald hill. And it is most likely named due to the fact that one time the hilltop was a burn of trees. Another theory is that it is generally one of the mythic bald mountains of Slavic folklore. See, so they got a lot of them over there because I just got through reading one of them earlier, remember? Bald mountains are mystical places where witch Sabbaths would occur. The witches would gather alongside animal familiars and submitted spirits to connect to cemeteries. Spirits to conduct ceremonies. Particularly Particularly they do this after the major Christian feast days. This idea of witchcraft taking place at Loisahora was heavily pushed in writing and literature, particularly in the stories of Ukraine. Writer Nikola Gola and Russian science fiction writers Arkady and Boris Stryksky. Anyways, they used Loris as a key setting in its novels that they wrote. The Russian army built a small fortress at Loisahora in 1872. After proving to be military insignification due to its isolated location, it was converted into a storehouse during the Torsa region. The Torsa region. I mean the Torsen Reign. That's what it was used for when them people owned it. The Torsens used it as a storage facility. And forts, and it became kind of like a ideal fort place, they thought. But today, Loisahora is a designated nature preserve and part of the Kiev Kiev Fortress Museum. Okay, cool. So at least they got it preserved and stuff. But yeah, that place sounds weird. That's kind of weird. I wonder. I guess because they go back in history a lot, right there in that part of Europe. But a lot of witchcraft comes from Europe and over there, out there. I'm not saying that it's perfect over here, that we never get that shit, because we do. But man, it just seems like there's a lot of it back there. Especially a lot of the old school kind of stuff. I don't know, but I don't dabble in that, baby. I don't even dabble with the Ouija board. All right, let's see what I have next. Okay, this is the. Sorry again if I'm butchering these names. And sorry if I'm getting fucking tongue tied tonight, guys. Okay, the Petahursti Castle. One of the most visited castles in Ukraine is the Petahursti Castle. Located in the Lviv region, adjusted to the village of Partezi, or Partezi. The village itself is a small coverage, an area of about 2.5 square kilometers, which is under a square mile. Okay, let's see here. The Portgotiski family, who owned its land around 1530, built a defense yard surrounded by a wall of large boulders. However, it wasn't until 1636 when Stanislaw Konsiblonsky bought the land that there was any plans to build a castle there. He was a crown hetman, an influencer military leader, second only to the king. But he wanted somewhere where he could get away from military companies, where he could rest, he said. So around the same time, several other castle buildings were being constructed in the region for defensive purposes. But Petahursti Castle was to be a personal residence for that fella. He chose a site on the northern side of the Warnakorki Hills, overlooking the Sty River Valley, and handed the project over to the famous fortress architect Adria del Acua. When the assistant of an engineer named Lavazar de Bublan, construction was carried out from 1935 to 1940. Petahursti Castle was a 2-story square building with a moat around it and defensive spots on each side of the entrance to the castle was through a large arch with 2 columns. Not one, baby, but 2. Due to the recreational nature, the castle had Italian gardens and 2 churches, as well as a park full of spacious flower terraces, fountains and vineyards, and sculptures and so forth. The decor of the castle and interiors were created by another great Italian craftsman, but they don't give his name. I hope it gets to some scary shit here. I mean, I like digging back into the history of that stuff, but I want to really get scared. The numerous rooms inside, all based on the Western Europe style, was given the different names. For example, the Crimson, knights, mirror, and gold and green rooms. The Crimson Room. Could you imagine having that kind of money where you name your rooms? The names were referred either to the Turkish fabrics that might be found on the walls and furniture, or to whatever as stored inside the rooms. In the 1640s, the castle often received tilt requests. However, during that time, the village was invaded by the Cossacks on several occasions, and in the beautiful gardens as well as the castle itself suffered greatly during these battles. In 1656, the grandson of the crown Hateman decided to undertake the restoration of the castle. When he passed away without any reasons really, the estate transformed the family of transferred it. It got given to King Jane the Third King Jane the Third Sabaskuki. Okay, not that was a now that was a royal family. Restoration work began in. Okay. Where was I? Work began in the spring and continued until 1860. So it started in the spring of 1679, and it was still going on in 1680. Sadly, after Jane Saboski passed away, the new owners rarely visited the castle. Instead, stewards were appointed, and sometimes the building was rented out. Oh, that's cool. God dang, could you imagine renting out a fucking castle for a weekend? Anyways, let's get here to some good stuff. Well, this place has been held by a lot of people. And it has passed through a lot of hands, and it's got a lot of history here because of where it's located. Because of the wars that's been happening through that country and stuff. One of the ghosts that haunt the place, and he likes to roam the halls, is the very first guy that wanted it built, kind of like for his getaway and stuff. But after reading it, that place has been through like 20 different hands, So, yeah, because it changed hands so much because that was right there in Europe, and big wars already started there. But, man, I'm sorry about that's the last story, guys. It really sucked ass, and I'm so sorry for that. But next week, we're going to get into some good stuff. It's one story I want to kind of look into. It really happened. It's about a doctor. He was taking people home from the bars and stuff, guys. He was picking them up at gay bars in town and bringing them out to his place and killing them. And he got caught, of course. Well, then he killed himself. Well, then they found the body. They was finding bodies all over the place. Well, and of course they tried to sell it, and it sat on the market for years. And finally they got rid of it. And the people that bought it knew what happened there, but didn't think nothing about it. But it ended up being really haunted and stuff. So I might check into that story. But I'm sorry that very last one sucked. But I don't know. That's some pretty cool places to go visit in Ukraine if you ever go after the war is over. And it sounds like they got some really spooky places to check out. But I'm sorry. This episode was kind of weaky. But, that bottomless lake was pretty good. And some of that other stuff was pretty good I talked about. The castles and stuff. So, yeah. But, hey, I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. And I'm very sorry for this episode. I'm going to make it so much, better and make it up to you on these last 3 episodes before we end up getting out of here for the new season. That's another thing, too. We got season 3 coming around the corner. So, but I appreciate you guys listening. Hopefully, I give you a break from reality sometimes, just your little getaway. But this has been Ghost Stories Told from the South. And I am your host, Stephen LaBooth. I'm so glad you came by to join me today. But I will see you cool cats later. Don't forget to check us out on Ghost Story on our God dang it, Instagram. Check out Facebook and YouTube page. Check that out. And I did not do a video this week, guys. I'm very sorry. So yeah, my bad. But hey, it's all good in the hood. But I'm going to try to put some more effort into this shit and make it better, because I've been kind of slacking, and I'm very, very sorry. But I'm going to get back into America, finding some weird shit like I always do. So, life of a pod man. But alright, guys. You guys be good, be great. We will see you later. I'm Stephen LaBooth, and this is Ghost Stories Told from the South. I will see you later, my scary kiddos. Bye-bye.
Well, how's everybody doing today? It's your good old friend Uncle Dickie from Borderline Texas Trash, the most popular podcast in the world today. It's climbing up the charts faster than freaking slime on a stein, baby. Well, if you're wondering, what the hell is Borderline Texas Trash about? And who is its son bitch Uncle Boo? Well, Uncle Boo is the most recognizable voice in podcasting today, babies. We gonna get funky like a monkey on some turnip greens. I'm coming in on white lightning, baby, on a silver saddle to bring you the best of Borderline Texas Trash, baby. I'm your host of the show, Uncle Boo. We go over everything. We do a little bit of politics at the end, but not much. I don't step into that bullshit a whole lot. But we have fun. I go over stupid world news of the day, talk about stuff from the past, what the cost of living or stuff was like that. And we just talk about all sorts of fucking fun facts, do a little joking around. And my niece joins the show sometimes. We do a little segment called Ash Handy's Garage on Friday nights, baby. That's our live show we do sometimes. And then I got the uncle that I talk to down in Boothville, Louisiana. And he calls sometimes. We have a little show called Uncle Dickie's Corner. So you guys come check out Texas Borderline Texas Trash, baby. I know you will love it. We are on every platform you can think of. Spotify, Stitcher, Pandora, iHeart. We're on everything. We're even on Podbean, man. We even got our own YouTube channel. We even got an Instagram account, and we got our Facebook account. So go check us out, man, and come listen to the show. You'll get to listen to Ash Handy, Uncle Boo, Uncle Dickie, and all the most recognizable voices in this motherfucking podcast in the world today, babies. Because we will get funky like a monkey, I guarantee it. Let's just say, baby, I've wined and dined with kings and queens, slept in dumpsters, ate pork and beans, baby. But I'm your host of the show, Uncle Boo, Borderline Texas Trash. Don't forget about it. If you want to listen to a show to just get your mind off this crazy world and all the COVID and politics bullshit, come check my show out. Come check me and my crazy family out. Some of the shit we do live shows from the barbecue. So I'll see you later. Bye.